Recruiting never stops, even in the midst of a countdown to kickoff here in the 2024 season. It's August 15th. The Hawkeyes landing a big-time legacy target. IOSE Epinesa is officially a Hawkeye joining the family fray. We'll talk about it and give my reaction to what I see when I look at IOSE's tape and also some of the offers he had on his list. He could have went just about anywhere, but he picks the Hawkeyes on this Thursday. Before we get to the content, I want to thank Iowa Floor Covering down in Bondurant. Tyler, Ryan, and Brian all taking care of not just Central Iowans, but Hawkeye fans across the state. Give them a call, 515-379-7000. That's 515-379-7000. You can also visit their website. It's iowafloorcovering.com. We want to thank IFC for supporting this segment here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. So the news that broke this afternoon, 5-star defensive end edge rusher IOSE Epinesa is officially a Hawkeye. Well, I should say he's committed, right? Let's pull the brakes back on this one a little bit. Not that I have any reason to think this young man is going to pull a Caden Proctor or an Eno Benjamin and decommit and look elsewhere. That does happen. You're going to have tampering, right? And frankly, this isn't tampering. Teams can continue to recruit this young man until he's officially signed. And even after then, tampering is everywhere now in college football. But IOSE is a 5-star according to 247. On3's got him as a 4-star. ESPN rivals both have him as high 4-star recruits. How about this? ESPN has him as a 4-star, but their number 1 overall defensive lineman and their number 21 overall player in the 2025 class. 247's got him as a top 16 player overall and their number 3 overall defensive lineman. Before we get to the tape and my commentary on what I see when I look at IOSE's tape, how about this offer list? First of all, it sounds like the top schools on IOSE's list, besides Iowa, Penn State, Miami, Utah, also mix in Mizzou, Auburn, Arkansas, Oregon, Michigan, Michigan State, Texas, USC, Nebraska, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Washington, Kentucky, Kansas, Minnesota, Iowa State, Colorado, Illinois, Louisville, etc., etc., etc. He could have went anywhere, right? This young guy could have went anywhere. Take your pick. Who knows how many G5 programs flood these 5-star kids with offers. And I'm guessing a lot of even Power 4 schools didn't try, I would guess. I don't know how that works. I've never been recruited. It's a 5-star football player. But this guy could have taken his pick. Of course, he's a legacy kid. His brother, Eric, is currently on the Iowa football roster as a walk-on. But it's clear that the real athletic, gifted traits were inherited by AJ and IOSE. AJ, of course, was a high 4-star, low 5-star, just like IOSE when he was initially recruited to Iowa. Ended up having a phenomenal career, got drafted by the Bills, and has never looked back as having a really good NFL career. And when you watch IOSE on tape, I see some of the same characteristics that we saw in AJ. Now, he comes from Edwardsville, Illinois, just like AJ did. And this kid is just powerful. He's athletic. The physical prowess, when you see this kid, obviously he looks like your prototypical defensive lineman. It's hard not to have flashbacks to AJ Epenesa's career. Just very good athlete. He was a good basketball player back at Edwardsville as well. You also see at least one highlight at some point here in these highlights where IOSE's being a long snapper on field goal duty. So very interesting. He gets off blocks effectively. Nice first step. A wide array of moves. He'll continue to develop those moves, whether he plays more on the inside or the outside as he gets to Iowa. But he's just what you want, raw kid, but also comes from great bloodlines. His dad, Epinesa, played at Iowa back in the day. We all know his story. So this is just a huge get for Iowa. Anytime you can get a 4 to 5-star kid. I saw somebody on social media ask earlier, hey, this is the biggest line for Iowa since when? Well, Caden Proctor was here, then he wasn't here, then he was here, then he wasn't here, and he ain't coming back. Xavier Wampa was a high 4, low 5. I don't know exactly as far as rankings are concerned who was rated higher. I would guess IOSE was a little bit higher than Xavier Wampa, but certainly Xavier poised to come back. I'm guessing he's going to be back in 2025, so he'll get at least 1 year with IOSE. So you're going to have a couple of former 5-star kids, and my guess is IOSE is going to play early. AJ played very early. Remember, it took a little bit of time for him to figure out his run fits. But once you do that with a guy like this, who obviously this is a very intelligent family, football family, but also physically, they just have all the tools in the toolbox. You've got to like the chances of this kid going to the NFL early if everything pans out. And hey, how about the loyalty from that entire family, from the parents on down? And you just got to be proud of this young man for turning down some high major programs, some elite blue blood programs like the ones we named earlier. I'm guessing there was a lot of money on the table at some of these other schools. I don't know what Iowa's collective was able to provide for this kid. I remember talking to the CEO of the Swarm Collective, Brad Heinrichs, way back when, and he talked about how high school players, there's not as big of a demand. It's not like the Iowa Storm is offering a bunch of high school players a ton of money, but here's a kid who's a 5-star kid, according to 247 Sports. I'm guessing there had to be some assurance of, hey, you're going to be able to do this here. And he's going to have opportunities, right? The name itself with his bloodlines and then the recruiting hype surrounding his high school career, he's going to have NIL opportunities and an opportunity certainly to grab the attention of NFL scouts early and often. So congratulations. Huge news, folks, here midway through August, as we are just past the midway point, or right at the midway point of fall camp. We've got game week in less than 2 weeks. It's all creeping up on us quickly, but how about this for a mid-August gift? I'll talk more about this news this coming Tuesday with, of course, Mark Rogers, and also stay tuned for my official preseason show with Coach Don Patterson. We will preview the season in a 2-part special coming up later this month as we approach Game 1 against Illinois State. I'm Corey Brada from the Hawkeye of the Storm. Hit that like button, folks. Subscribe if you're not already. We'll talk to you next time.